Hey everybody, welcome back to Settlement Survival. Now, in between episodes, a lot of our founders departed us, leaving us with an absolutely filled cemetery. To progress our trade, I finished up the dock. As it was a little bit of time between episodes, I did build a couple of extra pastures to try to get our clothing under control, as well, clothing has become a big issue since we're running out of leather to construct all of our goods, and food is continuing to be an issue as we are ever growing. So in this episode, the first thing that I want to do is get down another farm. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a standard field, probably on the edge of our territory there. We'll set that up for peas probably as soon as it gets finished. Now on the plus side, the herbs have been maintaining. The water has been okay. It's not great, but it's been maintaining. The food itself is really low, and our mine, one of the concerns that I had in the last episodes, we're down to 27%. And I'm thinking that this is going to be the end of the mine in this episode or in between episodes. So for technology, we've got 5 points to spend. And I think that looking at the next of the mining technologies, which requires lamps, bricks, and planks. Planks will be easy, but it's going to be the bricks and the lamp oil that's going to be a little bit hard. This requires a lighting factory, and this requires the kiln. Let's pick up the kiln so we can get the bricks. We can get that started. As for the lamps, let's pick up lighting so we can start getting some lamp oil, seeing that we have fat. And from there, I do want to pick up the quarry so that we can get some stone, because I believe that we needed some stone for it. Maybe we don't. Maybe it's just bricks and steel. Granted, getting to steel will require us to get to refining, and that's quite a ways down. So we're probably going to have to build an open landmine first. But we're going to need stone all in all, seeing that we only have 92. And if I was to look at the map, I've pretty much taken a lot of the stone from the areas. I do have a little chunk of iron there, a little chunk of stone there, a little bit of iron left here, and those are animals. I was thinking those were stones down there, and then we've got some stones up here, but these are pretty far, and I think that trying to go get them would not be beneficial, so we're going to pick up a quarry. Happiness and health. Let's pick up the police station, seeing that it's only one person. And then under education, let's expand the school because it gives 5 extra, plus it gives extra tech points. That will give us a little bit more room in our school, as yeah, we're at 15. So we might have had somebody that slipped through uneducated. Now that I've got that complete mouthful out of the way, got some immigrants coming. I don't think that we're going to have room for them. And we have some ships coming. Let's get our farm set up for probably beans. It seems like it's the biggest bang for the buck at the moment. It's probably going to be that way until we get to the plantation. Now, soap. That's the next thing. It's probably under processing. And the lighting, man, that takes glass and stone. That's probably where I was getting that I needed stone from. Let's get a soap factory next. And let's see if we can squeeze it in right by the... Oh, I was hoping we could squeeze it in right there, but we can't. Let me get my map fixed and get this soap factory, I guess, right here. So we'll get somebody in there. That will get a little bit of our health a little bit higher. And then this, we need glass and we need stone, which means we need a kiln, which again means we need some stone. So let's get into the mine and see what we can get for that quarry. Not a small little task there. That 15 by 15 goes a pretty big area. We'll throw it right there. We'll probably put 1 or 2 people in it, and then we'll start working on, I would guess, another mine first. And then after that, then we'll look at doing the upgrade. We do have some people that are reaching school age, so that's good. It actually looks like, yeah, we have 16. So we probably picked up the upgrade to the school just in time to avoid having some people slip through and becoming adult and laborers without graduating. But I have a feeling that if I looked at some of the farms, 700 peas this year. Okay, well, you know what? This one right here went down. So I've got to guess that either Zoe or Zachary is uneducated. And sure enough, Zoe is not. So I'm guessing that I had some people that were sliding through that I didn't have enough in the school to make it work. Taking a look at the standard farm, that is a world of difference. We go from this one being 717, granted it does have a hoe in there, and this one 558. And then we go to this one, which should be the biggest of all, seeing that it's boosted. This one is yet still the the lowest. So if you take a look, uneducated, and this person up here is educated. So I'm not sure quite why it's that way. We did have a farmer die of old age, so we just lost another person. For soap, we are going to produce it from just the fat at the moment. Let's go ahead and get it selected, and we'll leave them to kind of do their thing. That should bring us one additional bar on the happiness, not the happiness, on the health. We're almost getting to a point where we should get -10 stamina consumption. That will go quite a ways. We definitely need to pass on the immigrants. We're gonna have to wait probably one more year as we don't have quite enough for it. All right, we've got a couple of people. Let's go ahead and throw somebody else into the builder to try to get the quarry done a little bit faster. And clothes are still an issue. So with the tech point that I picked up, animal slaughtering, the output of products other than meat is increased by 100%. Let's pick up the eco pasture and, well, fodder, eco pasture, and then we'll go for animal slaughter just to try to make our animal slaughters a little bit more efficient, to try to get our leather a little bit higher, moving from 45 to 90 or 30 to 60 across the panel. There might be the difference between us not having enough leather and us having enough leather, and then getting extra animal dung and fat. That's what we could use for trade for the time being, and definitely use it for fertilizer. Looks like we just had 2 people graduate. Let's throw somebody back into the research institution, try to get some more points. And I do want probably another pasture in here. We're gonna lose some people to the quarry, but we'll only keep 1 or 2. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get a pasture up here. I don't think that we can get the other one yet. And even if we could, I don't think we're making enough stuff to make it happen. We're just gonna go with an 8x17, let that build, and we'll probably bring it back when the immigrants get here. All right, so the mine just finished. I guess it's a quarry, not a mine. That's where my mind is stuck, and we've got a couple of people in there. We should start getting some in. Let's set the production limit to 300 just so that we can use them as laborers. We're still on the low side. We've got 2 available. They should start working on the pasture. It's only going to take 1 for the police office. I'm thinking that we throw that kind of on the edge here. I know it's one of those weird ones where it's kind of in the same area of how it affects things as the church, which is why when you click on it, it shows the radius of the church. But I think they both give 10, and our happiness is currently at high, which gives us a 10% work efficiency. So this is a big bonus. We should start seeing some things moving forward. Now, hopefully that affects our farms and maybe we get 10% extra food. That would go a long way in the grand scheme of things. And we've got some citizens that want houses. Let's get the rest of this block filled out. And from here, we are hitting the edge. Like, that is on the outskirts of where we can build. Maybe we go 1 more down here, building just 1 more block. Got some starving citizens who are waiting for our harvest, and the pasture up here is getting built. There we go. So we only need 1 person in there. We're going to go ahead and set that over to buffalo, just like the other ones. And we're going to do kind of the same thing, which I've been doing, which is just separate this out into the new pasture. So that will get filled up. It does take probably about a full season for them to get to full size. And yeah, this area is starting to look real nice as an animal district. Let's do some roads in here. I'm really looking forward to when I get enough stone to switch this all to stone roads and help my people move even faster. What I've been looking for, and maybe you guys can help me down in the comments, is I haven't seen how to get coins. And I know under mining, I know that eventually we can get to silver mining, and maybe it's mining here, where we can get to where we can smelt coins. I would imagine we should be able to trade for coins. So you guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments below how to get coins other than smelting them, as I'd like to do trade with these ships, but not always is the things that I have useful. And doing an order, which is something I'd like to do, is just off the table, seeing that I don't have any coins to kind of work with. There are some seeds that I would like to buy, maybe some orchards and things. So we're just waiting for some people to graduate now, and we're waiting for this ship. I don't think that we could have taken the immigrants. I just don't think we have enough food, and I don't think we have enough housing to have gone with that and built it. And I'm thinking we got to start working on another district once we finish these houses. We're getting extremely close to the edge of our territory here. So under storage, we've got our marketplace. I'm thinking that we start working our way up this way. I'll have to look for a place, and maybe we do it right on the edge of these pastures here on our way up this way. I'll have to think about it. No, you know, I'm just going to commit to it. I'm just going to throw it there. We'll let it get started building, and then we'll start to fill it. As long as we don't have anybody else die in the too distant future, we should be good. And we've got another ship on the way, so as soon as it docks, I'll probably bring you guys back. All right, so our merchant ship just arrived. Again, nothing that I can really see that I need in here. We still have to figure out how to get some actual money for trade. We just had a couple of people, one froze to death. How did you freeze to death? Other than we have a lack of clothes, we have nothing that you guys should have froze over. So we lost 2 people to old age, and we had somebody freeze to death. And the families are a little upset because there's no houses. I did move the city hall a little bit further up here. Maybe it's the building of this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it until the spring, just to make sure that it's not somebody for that. Sheriff froze to death. A Rex trader died of old age, and a miner slipped on a banana? What is that? The RNG in this game is so wonky. All right, let's unpause the market there, get it rebuilding. Now, what else should we build? We do have a tech point available, so let's grab under agricultural. Let's go ahead and grab the eco pasture. This requires rope, and I don't think that we're ready for rope as it is constructed via flax or reed, which we could grow flax and we could get reed at the knitting workshop. So that requires knitting over here. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, we've got one person, which is going to go into this building when it's built. So I don't want to go too wild on expanding quite yet. But as soon as that starts to get finished, I'm going to start putting farms and additional houses up there. Let's start the farming now, just so that we can get them built. I do want to incorporate something over there, and maybe what we do is start working our way this way with farms. And I know we're going to have to replace these with upgraded ones at some point in time. I would like to see our clothes in better shape, but it looks like for the first time in a long time, we actually have clothes in the storehouse kind of sitting there. So kind of knock on wood that our clothing might finally be in a decent shape. I think it's going to be animal harvesting, the 100% boast to everything other than meat that kind of pushes us over the edge. And maybe by switching to the eco farms, which probably, if I had to guess, we'll do next episode. Granted, if I'm seeing how little fertilizer is affecting the standard farms, I can only imagine how little the fodder will help the pastures. But I could be completely off my rocker about that. This pasture down here is not doing well compared to this one. Event, beware of the wild mushrooms. All right, let's see what we got here. I've seen this one before. Last time we threw it away. I guess this time we try it out. Oh, this type of mushroom tastes really bad. We get 600 mushrooms. That is, ugh, tastes really bad. Oh, wood is in a really good spot. The amount of wood that the forester farm produces is just a stellar amount. All right, so we're just about to finish the marketplace, and I think it's time that we start working on the things needed to upgrade the mine. I believe it was lamp oil and glass that we're going to need. Under processing, let's go ahead and get the kiln factory. We'll go ahead and place it kind of near the sand mine over here. Let's get it rotated around so it's facing the road. Let's butt it right up against the dock there, and then we'll take a look at that. We probably need to reenact the sand pit and switch this back over to sand. It'd be nice if we could produce both, like it's doing with some of the other recipes where it gives you the option to create from a multitude of items. It would be nice if the sand pit was like that, where you could set a limit for both and actually harvest both in there. It does look like we need clay for that, but it does look like we have it. We've got the stone, we've got the wood, so the rest should be in good shape. And we just acquired another tech point, and we've got 3 citizens that want houses. So for tech, let's pick up the animal slaughtering for that 100%. And hopefully that pushes us over the top for the leather we need for clothes because we are still struggling. And then with the construction of the marketplace, I'm going to say let's go ahead and turn it off for the moment. And now that we've got this building, I think it's time that we start building houses up here. So let's get 4 houses up here to kind of get started. We'll get a well up here, probably butt it up against it, and then we'll go for another 3 houses around the well. That should get us kind of a good start for that town. I guess we have 4 people. Yeah, let's unpause it since we've got 4 people. And then as they start moving up that way, they should be able to just move in. Guess since it's February. Yeah, let's go ahead and set this to beans and we'll activate this one. And I think with that, we have a lot of stuff that's got to get built. I think this is a good spot to call this episode. I'd like to thank you guys for joining, and we will see you in the next episode.